Hiya, welcome to another day of Red January. Today I thought we'd do a couple of stretches for sort of post-activity, whether that's running, cycling, or even swimming, to be honest. I've just been down in the gym, I've done a bit of treadmill, I've done a bit of bike, which I hate, I'm not made for bikes, and a bit of the rowing machine as well. I mostly just play the fish game on the rowing machine, but it gets me warmed up. I thought we'd do some stretches for our legs, just to counteract what we've done activity-wise. So, first things first, we're going to come up into a high kneeling position, if that's all right for your knees. If you need a bit of extra padding under your knees, you can always just double your yoga mat up, like that. Or if you've got 2 yoga mats, obviously, that would work. And then just bringing one knee up. Hands on your knee, first of all. And then we're just going to rock forward, so you should feel a bit of a stretch into your hip flexor here. And then we're going to rock back. You might need to just move that heel further forward a little bit. The more you bring those toes back, the more you're going to feel that in the back of your leg. Hands on your thigh still, chest forward, looking forward, chin forward. And then we're going to rock forwards again. So the lower your hips go down, the more of a stretch you're going to feel in that hip flexor there. Still chest forward. And then rocking back, bringing these toes back. And then we're just going to go slightly further each time, only so it's a nice stretch for you. If any of these hurt, if any of these mean that you're wobbling or shaking or you've got painful muscles, just take a step back with it, go back a stage. And eventually we should be able to, depending on how your hips are feeling and how your hamstrings are feeling, we might be able to get our hands into a sort of tent position or even flat on the floor if you've got longer arms. If that doesn't work for you, you can grab some blocks. These blocks I just got from TK Maxx. I think they were maybe £3 or £4 each, and I use them for my classes. They've been absolutely brilliant. So you can use the blocks here on whatever level and walk forward, still chest forward, chin up, and then walk back with them as well. Bringing those toes back. Send your bum back behind you. Send your hips back behind you. Chin up. So rocking forwards and backwards a few times. And then the next time you're forwards, just heel toe this foot to the outside of the mat there. Bring both hands inside. And we'll just try lizard. Again, you can always utilise your block here if that's better for you. And then we're just going to walk our hands a little bit further forward. If you've got tight hips like me, this has taken quite a lot of practice to get to the point where I can even get this far. But some people just go flat to the floor. I mean, it's quite incredible. So just whatever you can manage, use your block, whatever you need. And we can just stay here for a moment. Or if you want to take it a little bit further, you could take your hands to the outside of your mat. And then again, you could put one hand on your knee. This is quite a strong stretch, so just be really careful with that one. Rocking onto the outside of that foot. It's a really strong stretch into here, so just be really, really careful with that, gently, gently. As I say, if anything's too much, just back off. Bringing that knee back in, walking those hands back in, walking that heel back in, walking those hands, and then we're back into that high kneeling position, and we just need to do the same thing on the other side, so bringing that other foot forward. Rocking forwards, hands on our thigh first of all. So hips down towards the floor, chest forward, chin forward. And then just rocking back, sending your bum back. You might just need to move that heel. Bring those toes back. Oh yeah, I can feel those in the back of my legs there, behind my knee. And then rocking forward. Sending those hips down towards the floor. Rocking back. So this is a point where you might need to grab your blocks if you want to go a little bit further with this. So you can sort of use them to walk further forward on whatever level. Or if your hips allow, you can sort of tent your fingers, or I can't because I haven't got very long arms, but you could go flat onto your palms there. As long as you can keep your back nice and straight and chest forward. And then again, walking your hands back, rocking back, bum back, bring these toes back. Oh yeah. And then forwards. And we're just going to do one more back. As I say, the more you bring these toes back, the further that stretch is going to be. If it's too much, just back off. You could even bend your knee a little bit as well if it's too much into the back of your leg. And then, so the last time we're going to rock forward, we're going to heel toe this right foot to the outside of the mat, hands inside. And then again, we're just going to walk our hands further forward into lizard. I find it harder on this side. My right leg is my strong leg, not my flexible one. So I just find it a little bit harder on this side to come down into lizard. So again, you can just use your blocks here if that's easier for you here, if that is better for you and your hips. Actually, that feels pretty good. And again, if you want to walk your hands to the outside, you can pop your hand on that knee, just gently press it away. As I say, really strong stretch, so be careful with it. Just do it tentatively, see how it feels. Lovely. Walk your hands back into the middle then. And then we're coming back up into this high kneeling position. Just unfold your mat if it was folded. And then we're going to do pigeon pose. So come into a tabletop position. And then what we're going to do, this is a little bit complicated to explain, but hopefully be able to see and copy. We're going to bring our right knee up towards our right thumb. And then we're going to bring this right foot underneath the body. And then just heel toe this left foot long behind us so that we're lowering our hip down towards the floor. And then just rock so your hips are parallel with the floor. You just might need to tweak that leg back a little bit. And then from here, we just walk our hands back and then just sit sort of upright in this first of all. And then from here, again, you can utilise your block, but from here we're going to walk our hands forward. You might get to here and that's enough. You're going to feel it into your bum and into your thigh. You could use your block here if that works. Or if this is comfortable for you, everyone's built differently, remember, you could walk your hands further forward and have a nice stretch forward. Even rest your forehead on the floor, or if you're not quite there, again. If you don't have these blocks, if you're at home, you can use books, you can use, cushions, whatever you want. Couple of breaths there. Good. And then walk your hands back. Hands underneath your shoulders again. Let's just tuck those back toes so that we can unfold this leg from underneath us and come back into that tabletop position. And we need to do the other side. So left knee by your left thumb. Just shufty that heel under the body. Heel toe this right leg out behind you. And then just see if you can rock your hips about sort of parallel with the floor. Hands back first of all, sit upright. Good. And then walking your hands forward. You may get to here and that's enough of a stretch for you, that's fine. Maybe you'll get a little bit further and onto your forearms, or if it's comfortable for you, all the way down. If you've got super flexible hips, to take it even further, you can bring this foot more towards parallel with the front of the mat. And then again, fold down over that leg. But again, it gets to be quite an intense stretch back here. You'll feel it if you go too far or if you're about to go too far. Just be careful. Lovely. And then just walk these hands back up. And then we're going to come back into a tabletop position, back into a kneeling position. And I think that ought to do.